Hello, I'm Fish Krakowski. This is Nathan Martin. Here we are again, talking about The Mandalorian. This time it is Chapter 7, The Reckoning.
Yeah.
Why don't you just jump in?
Oh man, I loved it.
Yeah.
I've said that about almost every episode, but one of the things that I enjoyed about this episode is a little vanity, I think, mostly because of the fact that there's been a lot of criticism about this show online, a little nitpicky criticism, and what this episode did was sort of like, aha, see, all you people who are criticizing, like, why are we here? Why are we here? Why did we go here? And it was this lovely little tumbler of, oh, we're going back to here, and we're going to talk to this guy, and it's a good thing we know who that person is.
Right, yeah.
And it was all of that stuff rolled up into this, and then you basically just go, oh, crap.
Yeah. Like they do basically a slow walkthrough of the whole series in a way. Like
Yeah.
it's everything that you loved returns. And it kind of gets the gang together, and it was awesome. I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. Like a lot of new stuff in this one. Like I love the whole idea of chain codes. I love upside down Baby Yoda.
That was adorable.
Why don't we dive into the Yoda stuff? Because
Okay.
I think that's pretty interesting. Like I just love that moment where Cara Dune and Mando are arm wrestling, and then Baby Yoda has learned the wrong lessons.
Yes.
And so it's really great because Queel is talking. I also love how that sort of clicks in with the Queel scene of him finding IG-11.
Yes.
And then rebuilding him and everything. And I actually wrote some of this down. I recovered the flotsam and staked it as my own in accordance with the charter of the New Republic. Little remained of its neural harness. And it's like it was so beautiful, like that this thing where like a robot is learning to walk and hold a glass and everything. That was great. But more important, I think, is he's talking about how a robot gets its personality from what it learns, what it sees around it, and this is exactly what's happening to Baby Yoda.
Right.
Because he's surrounded by death and killing constantly.
Yeah.
And so he sees.
He's like, hey, don't hurt my friend. Yeah.
Which is also interesting too, because when Cara Dune and Queel are having a bit of a fight, IG-11 sort of looms over.
Yes.
And comes over. So it's like that hold is always where people kind of like work their stuff out.
I thought that it was quite interesting because of the fact that I'm constantly reminded throughout this series of the time in which it takes place, and no one really knows what the Force is anymore. It's like the galaxy has forgotten what it is.
Yeah.
So, like, even when after Baby Yoda chokes her, and one thing I really noticed too is Mando calls her, he's like, don't, she's my friend. He actually does use the term friend. So I thought that was really good. So Baby Yoda's still learning, but what's shocking to everyone in the room is no one's ever seen this before. So we're so far removed from, obviously all the Jedi are gone and dead, but even the story of them is like almost not, like the Force and stuff like that feel like it's not something that people are used to seeing or even hearing about anymore.
Yeah, I really like that, and I like how it sort of makes the Skywalker movies more special in a certain sense. Because I mean, you're talking about quite a long distance. Like it's been like 20 years since the Republic fell and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's sort of in the best interest, I think, of the Empire to make it so that, it's just military. We don't have like magic users protecting you anymore.
There's no Darth Vader.
That was all a myth.
Yeah.
Because you do get the feeling in except for people who are like 800 years old and stuff, that, a lot of people, like I don't think you live that long in the Star Wars galaxy.
No.
Like, there's a lot of war constantly.
There's a lot of conflict in this galaxy, and it kills a lot of people.
Which sort of brings us, like, another thing I love is sort of returning to the last episode a bit, the last couple, where you sort of see what happens after the Empire. I mean, it's not the Empire anymore, but I mean, when they go to the Common House, that bar, like you really compare it to like a bar full of people. And then all of a sudden now it's just like a safe house for Herzog.
Yeah.
The eternally unnamed Herzog.
Yeah, so the
and
client.
So I love that too. And that whole scene, of course, is like sort of the very best.
We first got into that bar. That was where all the guild members were hanging out. Like that's the bar where all of a sudden now it's empty. Streets are lined with stormtroopers, and it's just Werner.
Yeah. Can I offer you a libation to celebrate the closing of our shared narrative?
I was actually a little disappointed that he got his head blown off.
Yeah.
Like when they just started shooting up that bar.
Yeah.
I was legit like, oh, okay, that's how that's gonna end.
Yeah.
But more to the point of the fact that people don't recognize what the Force is, I'd seen some criticism online. I was like, well, why would this character change his mind about helping Mando and Dune? And it's when Yoda heals.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, right?
Yeah.
And I think it speaks to the fact that as a fan, you already know what the Force is, but the people in this world don't. So much so that when Baby Yoda heals, does he have a name?
I forget it.
I've
always called him Carl Weathers.
Carl
because
Weathers.
He's so Carl Weathers.
When Carl Weathers is healed, that is an amazing miracle to him, and I really liked that. And it gave reason for him to be like, there's no way in hell I'm going to let these guys take this kid.
Yeah, he actually has a religious transformation.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I love that too. And again, this episode gave so much, like so many locations.
Yeah.
Like that crazy the wrestling fight with the semi-sexual electro rope
She
fight.
chokes him out. Yeah,
I know. It was
the
crazy.
tap out is just turning it off. That's awesome.
That was great. And the dragon attack. They're just all sitting around and all of a sudden they get like
lava dragons
destroyed by dragons.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Love that. But of course, the thing that every loser is talking about is like the TIE fighter coming down and then its wings flattening and you're like, oh, that's how that works.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd have to kind of like jump out. But I think it was really funny that they go to the trouble to show the TIE fighter wings closing and then he rises out of the top and then the next time you see him, he's just
on I'm on the ground.
What's that last part?
Wait, where's the steps?
Yeah.
My guess is he probably comes out of the top and actually goes onto the wing and then comes down. So like there's probably like little sidestepping things on
It
the
is the
side.
great mystery box of this episode.
It is. It is absolutely the greatest mystery in the Star Wars universe, how to get out of a TIE fighter.
Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring.
Yes.
Like, he's so great. Like, you have something that I want.
I know.
It's just like, he's just, yeah.
Let me twirl this mustache.
I love him, and the ending, of course, was, super tragic. Like, no problem admitting I cried. I'm like, no!
Yeah, I was not prepared for that. And then as soon as I saw Quill's body, I'm like, this is going to cut the black. Yep.
Yeah. So that was hard business.
But taking your recommendation that we've been doing this entire time is I watched the credits. Because they sometimes give you a little bit more conclusion in the credits. And in the credits, because I was thinking because he was so close to the platform coming down, I thought they were trying to visually hint that it was I-11 that shot him. IG-11 that shot him. And in the credits, it clearly shows that the scout troopers are the ones that gunned him down.
Interesting. Yeah, I never felt that, but that's cool because I think obviously this is going to be like the racism of the Star Wars universe is against droids.
Yes.
So I think one of the tricks is going to be like Mando has to get over this like droid phobia, and Quill is going to be instrumental in that. Like he's going to hear that in his head.
Yeah.
Love the use of flashbacks in this episode.
So
I don't
good.
know. Just the whole thing was great. I don't even know if there's much to say besides that
It's just really good.
I think it was the best episode of the series so far. My guess is the next one won't be quite as good, but it's just how it goes. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. It could be even better.
It's a week, right?
It's sort of a Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
Like if there's a really good episode where someone bites it or whatever, the next one always feels a little lighter. But I mean, I think we're still waiting for like. I don't think that was Moff Gideon down at the body of the bounty hunter. I think
that's a tough call.
Yeah, is that so? We're still kind of wondering if that's going to be Boba Fett or who or what, but
that could be a mystery that we don't even get answered this season.
Yeah.
And I think that is probably good to still have some questions. Like the prisoners are still clearly like I'm assuming Bill Burr and his crew will most likely come back, stuff like that.
We'll see that
in the
again,
second
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think prediction wise. Do they get captured and allow themselves to get captured? So that at least they're like, okay, well, we're captured, but at least I know where the child is.
Yeah.
Or do they just start guns blazing? Because we do know that somewhere in that city, at some point, was the collection of the other Mandalorians that they all showed up and started fighting when he got up against the guild.
Yeah.
They could still be there for all we know.
Yeah.
We don't know where they are.
P.S. Deborah Chow again, directing.
So good.
She's great. Yeah, she's awesome.
I cannot wait to see what she does with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
I know.
I'm hyping it up in my head like a Star Wars nerd, just be like, Obi-Wan is going to be so good because Deborah Chow...
I think that, and so let's wrap this up.
Okay.
And I mean, like, I think my favorite thing about this episode was the writing. Like, even Herzog, like, look outside, is the world more peaceful? Since the revolution, I see nothing but death and chaos.
So
like that kind of stuff.
good,
And
yeah.
everything Quill said, and yeah, I just it's hammy, but it so works.
It really does work within the universe. And once again, I felt another, like you did, I think it was the last episode, there was tension in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Like viable tension in this episode. Like every
big
time they cut back to the robot, it's just like, okay,
I know,
you're doing this on purpose.
There's this one little bit of direction where like Mando and the robot are kind of facing off, and it's like, it's just Mando in a mask, and then they just have IG-11.
Yeah.
And the lower part of his
that's
head,
it.
and it's sort of like he's going like,
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is crazy. This is like a mask and a puppet, and
Yeah.
you're like getting so much emotion.
It's really, I can't wait for the next one.
All right. Okay. See you guys.
Bye.